Boxing King Media in association with Boxer, sponsored by GBM Sports. Sonny Edwards, I impressed you with your gym mate Junaid Bostan. His debut tonight on a big show in a local area in Rotherham.
Yeah, Junaid's genuinely been one of the most talented lads I've ever shared the gym with, and I've said it for years and years. What he can do and do within himself stands what me, Dalton, my brother, with all the other good fighters in the gym. He's so talented, and his problems always has been applying himself. But we're in a big long run up at his debut. He had the frustration of meant to be out before Christmas. It didn't happen. Sort of get messed about a little bit, but he took it all out today. And what was it, the second round? Well within himself. He looked powerful. He looked strong, and I think he's going to look really good. To be honest, the ball's rolling now. He's got a long way. He's young. He's hungry. He's ambitious, but he showed for a debut a very polished and very composed and dominant performance. To be honest, and it would have been very easy. I remember I come into the change room just before he walked out, because I know what Junaid's like, so it would have been easy for him to sort of get wrapped up in the crowd, the occasion, and just sort of not stick to the game plan. But the first thing I jumped in the ring, and me and Grant both agreed, is he listened to everything I was getting instructed of him. He really kept his feet on the ground, and he weren't rushing anything. And yeah, it was a very, very polished performance. I know he only got 2 rounds against a limited opponent, but everything positive there. We'd like to see him get a few more of those. He sold a lot of tickets. There was a big support in his hometown in Rotherham. Hopefully have him here a few more times, build some local support before taking it on for the rest of the road, And
I've got to ask you about the promoter. What do you think of the promotion? You've done small old boxing, so you know what it takes to put on a good show. What do you think of that?
Yeah, GBM Promotions, Izzy, fantastic, to be honest. It weren't just today. I was down at the public workout, small hall public workout. I've never heard anything like it, or media workout even. But it was great. And look at the screens in the venue. Really good, sold really well, even with a few last minute drop-offs. Like my friend Levi had something come up. I'm pretty sure that's all sorted now, but he didn't get to fight. And the show was still well sold. People stayed to, watched all the way to the end, and yeah, it was a great show. Like having the screens again in a small hall, but it's like you don't get it, but it's them little bits of detail, those finer touches, that are going to make the fighters feel that little bit more special and make them perform that little bit special. Even the performance of the night, win bonuses. I've been drumming on stuff like that for ages, because even on these big shows, the profit margins they're making, they could easily chuck one fighter a little couple of grand or $5,000 or whatever, and they've given out 2 £1,000 bonuses on small hall when its tickets are a must. And it's great. I think a lot of the fighters will be in a rush back to fight on these shows, and I think really they'll be the premier shows in Yorkshire. Well, for me right now, they just seem there straight away. It's as good as a small hall show that I've been to, so yeah.
That's a big statement. A quick one. Frank Warren initially signed Junaid Bostan, so your old mate Frank, do you think he's going to regret letting go of Junaid Bostan?
No, Frank's got a lot on. He's got a lot of talent. I think it was just Grant and Junaid who was looking to get out so quickly, and then when it was, he was down the pecking order because he was first in the door. No shows in January, February, barely any, no shows for Frank Warren. March, spare shows, and their fighters had to go on straight away. He kind of got pushed out, and they just had the conversation, mutually agreed to let him go his own way. And look, he sold a lot of tickets today. He sold, I think, 16,000 plus tickets, and sold all the tickets he was given, was chasing all the other fighters on the card for more. He's a very popular lad, and I think he's a promoter's dream. He's a little fucking pretty boy, a little cocky shit, and he can fight like fuck, and he's very talented. So he's got everything going for him. He's got one of the best teams in Britain, I think. He's got the advice and guidance of a world champion flyweight with a lot of knowledge in his head, and a great trainer that's just behind the camera putting bunny ears behind your head. But yeah, it's honestly pleased for him, buzzing for him, and the gym is just flying. Bring it all back, it all comes back full circle. He's been putting in the work, and it showed. There's been times where a Junaid wouldn't have been ready for a pro debut, because it was always trying to get him motivated and stimulated. But ever since the pro games and the sort of the importance has been reminded to him, and constantly drummed into him. He's trained and prepared as good as I've ever seen him, and it's nice to see, because now we're coming up to the shows and we know that he's got the engine, he's got the mindset, he's switched on, and even more than that, what I previously alluded to, he listened. He didn't get caught up in it. That was probably my biggest concern. You know they're going to sort of blow people out like this, but it was that he was doing it on instruction. He was doing it like a remote control. He was listening to Grant and he was doing it. And it's that level of trust and maturity that's going to see him go all the way. And yeah, like I said, all the lads from the gym came out today. There was a lot more and we was all buzzing with it. So
It's great to see you guys sporting your own. And just a quick wrap up.
I've just got to go. So,
shout out Grant Smith in the cut.
The quiet man, he doesn't say a lot.
Right, man, I speak on his behalf.
And just a quick one, Chocolito, Martinez, what did you make of it? And I'm guessing, obviously, he's a way up. You want him next if your fight goes well next week?
Yeah, I think I'm very confident the Martinez fight will be next. If it's not, it's probably because I sent Eddie one too many tweets.
Would you be more tempted to step up a weight and go for Chocolito's route?
Right now I want the Ring magazine. It's like, that's a lifetime goal. That is literally one for win this fight, touch wood, and one fight away. Like, that is in my eyesight, in a fight that I'm wholeheartedly convinced that I can't see any way of him beating me. I know some people might think I'm deluded, but I really can't, and I couldn't from when I seen him all them years ago when he boxed my brother. Can't see it, and that's the fight I want, to put some things to bed and to sort of absorb his hype, absorb his achievements. That's what we're in it for. He's the person at my weight that they're all saying I can't beat. I'll deal with him, and then, you know, if Eddie wants to serve up me Chocolatito, he's an all-time great, someone I respect, admire, and have watched and enjoyed as a fighter for so long. But what's that cliche saying? You got to work until your idols become your rivals, and that's really what I'm doing. I've done it previously, many a time. Fighters I've constantly looked up to, I've then been in the ring and beat. So, and that's amateur and pro, and I'm still doing it now. So, yeah.
So Martinez for dinner and Chocolito for dessert.
I don't know. I think it's more Martinez as the entree. You know, the little nibbles as you get in, and then Chocolatito is that big old steak, that juicy steak at the end of it. Nah, they're both good fighters. Maybe it's like two mains, but one a bit bigger than the other.
When are you flying out?
I'm flying out Monday. And that was my choice. I know a lot of people going, oh, you should have went out earlier. That's why I went out last time. And it was last time because I didn't want to miss my son's birthday and I didn't want to miss Lyndon's fight. And it worked perfectly. I adjusted perfect. Fight night came, I was $1 million. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I said to Pro Bellamy, I'll keep my hotel for a few more days and I'm going to go out partying.
Sweet. And Boxing King Media will be there catching some behind-the-scenes footage of Sonny Edwards in Dubai, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you've got all access to me because you keep coming down to our gym and putting a camera in my face. So, you know, you put the effort in and I like it. So, yeah, I'll see you there.